Jay, I've been seeing in the news and I'm just kind of watching some headlines, and there's been a lot of talk in national and international conversations about currency and about the US dollar and the Chinese currency and other countries and continents, etc. So the comment is that the US dollar is not going to have as much value in coming years as it has today. What are your thoughts about that? And then what's your advice for people that are in business and people just living everyday life? What do we need to do?
Yeah, I think that it's scary, man. It's terrifying because, we just go about our days just chilling, acting like everything is cool, and come to find out it's really not. There is factions at work. I hate to use the word factions, but I guess it is because it sounds sinister. But it is factions at work that are working against the United States, and as a business and as a corporation that it is, that want to bring down this corporation. And the sad part about it is we're a part of it. We're in it. And so if the dollar actually goes to a point where it loses its value, which it's lost a lot of value anyway, but gets to a point where it's not the number one currency, world currency, it's going to be trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be trouble for us. It's not going to be any middle class. It's just going to be, which is barely a middle class now, but it's definitely just going to be rich and poor. Interest rates are going to go sky high. The likes of some of us have never seen in our lifetime. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen, and it's going to just wipe out a lot of businesses, a lot of, again, the middle class. And it's not scary talk, it's real talk. So we have to be cognizant of what's going on around the world, because this is a global economy. This is not just a what's going on in the American economy. Another thing too, the worst thing that's going to happen is that everything will be digitized, right? And it's going towards that. But when everything is digitized, I mean the government controls everything you do with your finances. They can turn it on and turn it off whenever they feel like it. And so that's going to be very, very scary. And so I don't think Americans want that, that freedom that we share so much and we covet so much. We won't be able to have that no more. The government will digitize all monies, all things, and whatever you do with your money is going to be, on them, how they do it. And then whatever cash you got won't be worth anything. So you got to make that into, you put that into an asset now so that it's worth something, because this is just how it is. So you're looking at these banks that's failing. All that's going to start happening to be some more banks going to fail. What I think that you should do is shore up your skill sets. Make sure your skill sets are transferable, no matter what the economy is, no matter what country. Because you got to start thinking like that too. Can I make money in other countries? What do I do that can make money in other countries? You can't just worry about here. When it comes to money, you can live here, but you eat someplace else. A lot of people live in other countries and come eat here. So you got to think like that. You have to start thinking about your investments differently. Start investing if you're in the stock market. I'm not the biggest professional, but I have been playing the market for the last 4 years. There's companies that's already out there that's already doing international business. So if you are investing in those companies, you might have a shot. And anybody that's doing stocks that know a little bit more than me, by all means, or a lot more, chime in. But I would be trying to put some money towards those companies that's not going to be negatively affected by switching up currencies. You know what I mean? Because they probably in a position to do so. But those other companies that's counting on the dollar 100%, and if something happened to the dollar, they're going to go under. You might need to do some research and find out who those companies are. And if you're investing in them, move on. Get whatever you're going to get now or before that happens with real estate and things of that nature. Because, again, interest rates are probably going to go higher if that happens. It's already high, but it's not as high as it's ever been, because our parents was paying 10 and 12% on houses, and so it's 7-8% now, and that's enough to cry about. for these people, but it's been higher than that. So, but it can possibly go higher than what our parents saw in their age, and that's gonna be scary for people. And again, it just knocks the middle class right out of pocket. So, start saving your money however you need to save it, so that you can buy up some real transferable assets that's going to transcend any recessions or anything like that, so that you can actually have your money. But the number one thing is, because it's about making money, you have to get your skills. If you just got a government job and you don't really know what it is that you do, you just been doing what you do for the government, and you can't take it to another private sector company and do something with it, then you need to get a skill or a certification or something that that can transfer, not just from their job, but even to another country if need be. Because as long as you have an opportunity to continue to make your money, you can make your situation better. So that's the number one thing. All the other stuff comes after that. But I would tell you immediately, make sure, double check all your degrees, certifications, licenses, all that stuff. Make sure that it's transferable. Make sure it's something that people need, not just things that people want, so they don't throw it to the side whenever they don't, because everybody throw all the extras to the side when things get rough. So try to start thinking about things that people want to need, no matter what the economy look like, no matter what the country does, so that you can continue to earn money and take care of you and your family.